Everybody, it's time for some last stands. Beat around the bushes, let's just dive straight into it. Now we've actually got some good heroes here. Standouts include Hilltop Maggie, Mercer of course, and we've got Fighter Rosita, so there's a possibility that we could throw in a melee team as well. Obviously Jerry's available, that's incredible. We're going to start off with Mercer as the lead. He's got champion assault rifle code orange, obviously, long range, wide arc. He can effectively damage any enemy, doesn't matter how tough they are, doesn't matter how resistant they are to range attacks, anything like that. Hilltop Maggie here is bringing the blue vortex nail gun. It can cripple, it can ensnare close-up targets, it can set them alight. And of course, she has a fairly good chance, when it's boosted with luck, to get an extra action point. She'd make a great leader as well, so maybe we're going to use her as such. And then it's Old Man Herschel, one of the fastest characters in the game, bizarrely enough. We're going to bring the 7mm Harrier. It cripples, it ensnares, it sets things alight. This... really, we got more of a chance to cripple the enemy. He can move after he's made an attack. That's what makes him so damned fast. Without further ado, let's just dive into it. Okay, so beat around the bushes, nothing particularly special. Looks like we've got some speedies to deal with. And this map kind of suits them. They got hidey places. Herschel and Maggie can ignite targets. That's handy to be able to do. Hey G-Man, I hope you are well. How's it going? Let's finish that guy off. Let's start working on getting some charge points. Hey Wishmaster, what are your thoughts on the new stuff? Looks pretty. It looks pretty impressive. Some of this stuff, I mean, quite frankly, I've sort of had a wee little bit of a play around with. You know, for sort of play testing. But I should keep my opinions to myself, I guess. It's unique stuff. It is impressive stuff, though. Looking forward to doing a video on the CRM rifle and stuff like that as well. But yeah, the Apocalypse, it's definitely a different sort of type, a different way of sort of doing things with the weapons. Just a type of weapon that is just... how good is the new weapon in the Apocalypse? It's the CRM Trident, isn't it? Well, it becomes more powerful the greater the level of the enemy that you're against is. Sorry, I know that's terrible English, but that's the best way I could think of putting it. So that kind of gives you an idea. The more powerful the enemy is, the more useful it is. And that's kind of nuts. You don't get an awful lot of that. So it's good. It's fun. You know, it's something different as well. Something that they've added where it's not just like, hey, look, let's just add this for the sake of it. It does do something different from the normal weapons. I'd be keen to see what everybody else thinks of it. I should be able to do a video on all of this stuff soon. Amount of gold is a lot of unhappy players. Yes. So the idea, of course, and I'm keen to see it in action tonight, is that you can get Apocalypse tokens from Last Stand, and of course from the seasonal event, which is up. But you can, of course, as has always been the case, to be fair, you can spend additional gold to do more Last Stands, and you will get Apocalypse tokens every time that you do that. frankly, that's not... It's not something that I would do. Now, when I do the last stand, I might do... I'm always going to do at least 3 last stands. I'm going to use all of my tickets to hell. Perfectly happy to do that. I think that 3 last stands is perfectly respectable. I think you get some great rewards. It's a lot of fun. I might do a 4th or a 5th if... just out of stubbornness. If I've made a bad run or something, I'll be like, no, that won't stand. I'm going to do some more. But 5, I think, is the absolute maximum last stands that I would do. And personally, for me, that's not going to change. Fact is, you got a system now whereby you can grind to get the new cool Apocalypse stuff, and I get that, that's fine. It's not really any different from how Last Stand has been. You've always been able to just... I mean, you could spend hours on it, you could grind away, you could get to wave 300 or something and get, you know, phenomenal rewards, all of that kind of stuff. You've always been able to do that. That, to me, as soon as a game feels like work, I'm not going to engage with it. So... what I would say, I know that some people always want to get their hands on new stuff the instant that they can. They really do. To me, I'm not really that bothered about doing that. I would say that, hey look, you know, you could grind for 8 hours to get this Apocalypse stuff. The very instant it's available. I just wouldn't do that. I would get it the next week or the week after. I mean, that's just how I see it. I know that some people would feel disappointed, and I get that, but it wouldn't bother me. I'd be like, I'd just shrug my shoulders. There's been so many weapons, so much equipment that's become available that I would be like, hey look, that Apocalypse stuff, I'm going to go for it, but I get it when I get it. Yeah, well, there's been a lot of new stuff that's sort of come out. It's been a bit of a barrage. You know, a lot of new stuff, seemingly every week. I think that maybe they'll just cool their jets on that a little bit. I don't know. But that's also another reason why the Apocalypse thing, I'm just like, hey look, I might not be able to get it the instant it comes out. I might be a week or 2 late with it, but that's fine by me because there just has been so much stuff. Okay, we're not in a great position here. We're potentially leaving ourselves open to being surrounded. Oh, Mr. Mercer. Could have really done with a charge point on you. Okay, he's still going to chew us. Yeah, I play for fun. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I mean. I play for the fun, not the grinding. People can enjoy games for different reasons. They're equally valid. If somebody was to say, "Hey, look, I am upset because I can't get my hands on this stuff at the very first opportunity," then you know that's legit. But it's not, you know, a concern that I would personally sort of share. I'd be, hey look, this thing's available, I'll get it when I get it, and that's fine by me. But then that's always been my philosophy with this game, with these videos. I always just sort of say I'm a casual gamer. Yes, I do the videos, all of that kind of stuff. I now, you know, Deca have been in touch and everything, but I still maintain I'm just a casual you know, gamer who I guess I usually do pretty well on Last Stand and all of that, but I'm not some super gamer, you know, who's into all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, when the fun stops, stop. Yeah, yeah. That gambling advert is onto something. Yay! Casual, but still the goat. The casual goat. I like that. That'd be a great pub name as well. Okay, let's get these guys cooking. We're on wave 15, and we're already at that point where we're saying, hey, look, you know, the most important thing is that we get walkers on fire. Well, I mean, when it comes to these tanks and stuff like that, at least. Get them on fire, get them cooking, get that clock ticking. Okay, we need to do this, and then we can run afterwards, because it's the speedy old man Herschel. Mercer seems like the best leader this week. Yeah. Yep. I don't think there would be any argument. I think Hilltop Maggie is a close second. She is a good leader. We got Fighter Rosita, which could make some fun melee teams, which I think I'll do. I'll give a melee team a go at some point tonight. But yeah, we've got a fairly decent bunch. Sometimes you have a selection of available heroes for the Last Stand on Expert, and there's nothing really sort of inspiring. This week, not the case. We've got Hilltop Maggie, Mercer, I'm fine with that. Jerry, as I mentioned at the start, we got Jerry. So, yeah, you know. No, he's still awful. Bless him. I don't care about grinding for stuff, but the way it was done this time is pretty bad. Taking away 2 rewards from campaign and still not getting the item. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a consideration. I mean, this is a new thing that they're doing, a new way of trying it. I mean, if everybody says, like, hey, look, you know, we just don't think that the way that you've done this is really the right way to go, then, you know, they would take that on board. They might well change their tune. Okay, I think you need to definitely be out of the picture. Let's get you cooking. Good looking. Been keeping the score multiplier high. We haven't quite reached that sweet spot where we're sort of getting, you know, great points. We will get there. You, sir, get on fire. Would have been nice to have stunned you. This is not new player friendly. Well, that's a huge deal. Okay, can we get a charge point for Herschel? Nope. Charge point for Magagi? Yep. So getting things on fire, kind of important. I think we've got a lot of stuff building up here, and I don't like that. I think that that's an okay move. Good, good. Get you cooking, good looking. I was hoping that keeping the peace would kick in and we'd be able to get his buddy here on fire as well on the same turn. Doesn't matter too much. Keeping the peace is a fantastic skill. Not something that you can 100% rely on. You can never go, right, well, I'm going to count on keeping the piece kicking in here and getting that extra action. It's It's not something where you can really do that, but sure is great when it works. Now, I don't want to start getting surrounded completely. Score multiplayer takes a slight hit there because we didn't get any attacks in, but I think that was the safe way to do this. We're still getting surrounded anyway. We've got bad guys above us, bad guys closing in from the side. Can we handle it? Yes, let's keep hold of Maggie's charge point, shall we? Let's do this. I would like Mercer to have some charge points. That's the only thing with the selection that we have this week for Last Stand. I can't see anything, can't see any way really of getting loads and loads of charge points unless we pick a melee team. We have Rosita in it. Maybe we have we could have Herschel in the lead. That could be interesting. But yeah, I'm sort of struggling to find really good ways to get charge points conveniently with this Last Stand. There's always something, isn't there? Good thing about the game community, it's powerful enough with thought, so I hope developers and Deca listen. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll give them that. They've been trying a lot of new stuff. I think they will listen if there's a big, unified, clear voice on this. I think they'll, you know, they'll pay attention. Right, I can do that. And I can move. Kind of want you cooking. Now. Yeah, I want to do that. I guess do that. Okay, I was concerned that there might still be somebody who could get to Maggie. And they did. Let's do this. Let's do this. We got a lot of people there who aren't on fire yet. Get Maggie a charge point. Ugh. Come on, finish him off. There we go. If I do this, can I shoot? Yes, I can. 3 shots for Maggie. That's the way to do it. Okay, good. We've got a little extra breathing room. We've got some extra turns. Before this new set of bad guys gets in, so let's do this. You should die, yes. Wow, 3 tunes to get 31 now, and then all of the max XP grinders over. Yeah, you just have to spend your XP on new weapons and stuff like that. It's a good feeling. I've still got a fair way to go. I mean, it took me ages, absolutely ages, to get to the point where I could upgrade my guys to maximum level. Again, you know, you see people on the forums and they're just like, the day after the update comes out, well, I've still got 2 people that I've got to upgrade, and you're like, I don't know how you do this. I'm not one of those types. 1, 2, 3. Right, okay, that's fine. Done with it all, and now just sitting on maximum XP. Congratulations, you really smashed it. Now let's hold this chap tight. Let's slow this guy down. Go here. Let's get that metalhead cooking. Okay. Yeah, you see, I figured that there were some speedies and stuff. What we can do is we can do that. We can snap a shot off. Herschel would be in range if I don't do that. I mean, it's kind of nice to be at that point in the game where you're strategizing over what you want to upgrade next. It's, you can't wait to get to that point where everything is upgraded, but actually doing the upgrading itself is kind of fun. And then you kind of miss it, once you've got everyone done, big feeling of satisfaction, but you're kind of like, oh, I miss planning and saving up my XP for all these people that I wanted to upgrade. I'm thinking I want to cripple. Can we get? Yes. Now it's important that we got him. Now we can ensnare him. These guys can't get through these guys, so we should be safe. Yes. Well, Herschel, you're the only one who's fully charged, so I'm not going to use your charge points. Scary. Can we stun these guys? Nope. Gonna snare them. That's pretty handy. Yeah, I figured there might be some chewing going on. Guild War. Yeah, I mean, I've always thought that Guild War is the best game mode. I really always have loved it. I like the way that you get to work as a team with your guild. It's just everything about that game mode I am on board with. I do like. Yeah, there's some ways that they could maybe sort of, maybe change that as well. A few little improvements. I think for the most part it's there, but it's always been a beta, hasn't it? It's never actually been announced as like a full game mode. So I guess they're still working on it. I mean, what I wouldn't want is for them to just tinker with it too much and then ruin what is there. But yeah, Guild Wars for the win, definitely. Can't do that. Okay, we'll have to attack that normal guy. That normal walker. Get that metalhead on fire and get these guys crippled. Again, shooting normal walkers seems like a bit of a waste. With Hilltop Maggie, her whole leadership trait kicks in if you are attacking special walker types, not just normal walker types, but sometimes those normal walkers are the best targets. There's nothing special about them, there's nothing flashy. But they can get you, just as sure as any other walker type does. You don't want to underestimate them. I'm wondering if we're getting to a point now where we might need to really sort of turtle up in the corner. Although I don't know how much that's going to help us. Hands down, nothing like Coffee and GW battle with your team smashing it early. Yeah, I love, in Guild Wars, I love just making an early alpha strike, just smashing the other team, getting a high score, unlocking those sectors and not giving them a chance to sort of make it up. I don't normally split my team up in Last Stand, but this is kind of okay. Well now, Maggie, I really wanted you to flip and well set that guy alight. Can't get a decent angle because of that metalhead. I can do this. Can't guarantee that we're going to knock him out or anything, so I don't want to risk it. Let's start heading down here where the new reinforcement's going to come in. Maybe we turtle up here. See, that metalhead is behind another metalhead. Therefore, can't really get him on fire. Okay, Herschel, you come down here. Even if it's just reactive shooting, you might be able to set some bad guys on fire. Nice. Yes, slow down all of those speedies, please, Mr. Mercer. Okay, we can't wind up next to a walker, even if they are ensnared. It's not the same thing as being stunned. They could still chew our faces off. We've got a Commonwealth up there. You always got to consider how you're going to deal with those. Right, so this not exactly what I want to do, but how we're going to deal with that. Commonwealth is still alive and kicking, or undead and kicking. Very badly hurt. I don't think he's going to be too much of a problem. Right, you've got to go. You potentially reach us. I think he's going to burn to death. I don't know about him. Okay. Sneaky metalhead just rocks up out of nowhere. Makes a mess of us. Yeah, we're using the cookie. Bloody Commonwealth Walker. Oh, die, will ya? Alright, I think that's all she wrote. I could have used some tools. I could have maybe wriggled out of that somehow, but that's okay, that's okay. Now let's see, where do we get those Apocalypse tokens? Let's see. There we go. We got one Trident token. Okay.